Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome back to Needs of Children. We are discussing about 10th standard English medium social science, in that history chapter number 9, post-independent India. Let's come to the what are the very important learning points from this lesson. In this unit you learn effects of partition of India, refugees issues, recognition of states, problem of formation of government, integration of princely states like Junagadh, Hyderabad, Jammu and Kashmir, Pondicherry, Goa. So as you know that in the previous lesson, as we get the independence, in that before giving the independence, British Governor General Mountbatten, he sent a report. According to that report, declaration of British government in 1947 June 3rd decided to form India and Pakistan separate nations. Effects of British divide and rule. So these are the Mountbatten report. In the previous lesson we get the independence. After when we got the independence, majorly what are the very important problems we are faced, then how we solved, those are all the problems. So let's come to the partition of India. As when we got the independence in 1947, August 15th was a day of trouble as well joy for India, because independence was earned with a lot of sacrifices and difficulties. Moreover, the partition of the country had also created a lot of problems. The two nations theory, India and Pakistan, it created a lot of problems. And moreover, this situation, it is become how we have to solve. Before learning how the government handled this situation, we need to analyze the situation that was created. So let's come to the what was the situation was created when after the independence. On the first hand, the partition of the country had created new problems, like the country was burnt communal fire. Millions of people from both the countries tried to choose their future in both the countries. As a result of this, it was a great challenge to offer shelter and food to refugees who arrived into country. The number who arrived in India was more than the number that went to Pakistan, and those who came to India from Pakistan, they came as a refugees. They went everything and they came to India as a more number of as a refugees. So immediately after, it created some of the major problems. So what are those problems as a refugees crisis? So effects like refugee crisis became a huge problem for the government, had to provide better facilities like shelter. It has become as a major problem for the newly formed government, and it is providing employment opportunities, and it is providing very importantly to a land for the agricultural or any kind. They have to be provide the agricultural land and basic essential thing to provide the education to their children. And more importantly, a basic essential thing, it has to be provide the health and social environment. So these are a major problems has been created after the partition of India as a refugees crisis. Let's come to the second one. Secondly, the integration of princely states into the federal structure of India was a bigger problem, because of there were 562 princely states in India by then. Most of the states, after showing initial hesitations, agreed to join the Indian federal structure. 562 princely states, the states which were under the control of the kingship, convincing by the government to all the prince, to all the kings, almost all the princely states were merged into the Indian Union. But few have hesitated. That is the problem. Like Kashmir, Junagadh and North, Junagadh in North and Hyderabad in South did not agree to join the federal structure very easily. So that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel handled this challenge efficiently and won success. He was successful in protecting the internal security of the nation. So really he played a significant role for the merging of all the princely states into Indian Union. He took a very important step to formation of India Union, making of Indian Union. The credit goes to Sardar Vallabhbhai. So Patel also set in motion the task of attaining national integration. And thirdly, partition had damaged the economic system of India deeply, because there was a need to be a re-look into the commerce, industry and trade in order to provide the better stability. As in this situation, the colonial power that had abused the resources of India for more 2 centuries, as this concept Dadabhai Naoroji is discussed this issue in his work named called as drain theory. In his book he clearly mentioned about that drain theory. And the fourth one, India had a challenge of creating its own constitution. It had to find its stability under its new constitution and had to emerge as democratic republic. So that is one of the very important problem to formation of our own Indian constitution. As for this task, under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the Constitutional Drafting Committee gave India a draft constitution. The draft constitution was accepted by the Constituent Assembly and gave India a unique constitution. This enabled the strengthening of executive, legislative and judiciary. And the next one, fifth, India had to protect its freedom. That was after years struggle from its enemies, because of, as till now we have internally we are protest against the Britishers, but now we have to be protect our country from the outside. So that is the reason the present military power of India is nowhere inferior to anyone. We need to look back into the history to know about its beginning. In this way, India played a very important role for strengthening our military power. And the sixth point, since gender and caste based discrimination was natural to Indian society, there was a need to strengthen the social fabric to establish social equality. It also had to formulate new foreign policy and make arrangements for financial resources, because no country in the world self-sufficiency and can't to live alone, needs to be the support of other countries. and a mutual understanding, mutual cooperation is very important, so that India successfully faced all these challenges and emerged as the largest democratic country in the world. But after this, some of the very important communal violences it is happened. Let's come to the what are those communal clashes it is happened and how government it is solved. Those are all the problems. It is said that people have lost more lives in communal violence than it was. The clash that takes place on the grounds of religion creates a panic in all societies. Historically, India's experience is not different. India is a country of many religions. That is the reason India it has been declared as a secular country. India had to become a country of different religions due to numerous inventions of foreign rulers. Moreover, this diversity was used by the British to create divide and rule policy. With this, religious suspicious entered public life, later leading the communal violences. It is result communal violence. So like this, Hindu-Muslim clashes took a nasty turn and resulted in many communal clashes, later leading to untold miseries. As a result, the North India had to face a lot of communal violence. Lakhs of Hindus and Muslims died in this communal clashes. When India was celebrating its independence, New Delhi, Gandhi was Naukali and other places in meeting the victims, consoling them. Nehru was the first Prime Minister of independent India, could settle his administration of the basis of priority and could calm down the communal violence within months after the independence. It was a major task for the emerged newly government. The evil violence that emerged during the communal violence made Nehru to think about forming a secular nation. So these incidents helped India to adopt secular principles in its constitution. As you already studied about the concept of secular, no religion, it is not recognized as a state or a national religion. Though leaders like Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad and Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan opposed the idea of Pakistan, they could not stop the partition of. Even now, the communal clashes have continued. There are international angles to communal violence. The Constitution of India has accepted religion as the personal choice of the individual. It forces a situation where India remains a secular country. The Indians need to understand this intention of the Constitution, live accordingly. So that's it about today's session. I hope you have understood till now what we are discussed. In case if you're having any doubts related to till now what we are discussed, you can comment in the comment box. I will solve your doubts and I will come back with the next video. Until, keep watching my channel. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care.